Ever been listening to your favorite podcast and think, hey, I want to start my own? Then you need Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. First, everyone's favorite word free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can even make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Remi Mayhem is hard, and loving him has never been easy. To his ex-wife's credit, she tried to break through the concrete cage surrounding his heart for 10 years before he was sent to prison. After having her by his side for 7 years, Remi divorced her when he became a free man, and Genesis has been making his life a living hell ever since. Black Hampton has spent her entire life obsessing over her father. He's always been a figment of her imagination. With no idea who he was, Black idolized him and made him a being bigger than life. Aside from being named after him, the only thing that Colton Black gave his daughter was more siblings for the only child to get to know. It isn't until he dies she learns how selfish and cruel her father was. But she learns quickly. The Black bond is not as easy as she thought it would be to infiltrate. Both in need of a safe haven, Remi and Black find themselves being drawn to one another like magnets. Genesis, however, refuses to let her ex-husband find peace, love, or anything else with a woman that isn't her. She makes it her sole mission to destroy Remi's life, just like he destroyed her heart, making Black a target in the process. Will Black be able to make it out alive, or will she join her father in the afterlife quicker than she expected? Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back to the Bibliophile's Bookcase. I'm your host, Erica the Bibliophile, and today's book is Indiscretion, Finessing a Black Mafia Gangster. And this is part 8 of the 10-part series that B-Love has created for the Black Mayhem Mafia saga. I have to be honest, I did not care for this book at all. And I was like, I don't know if I'm being too harsh about it or if the series has gone on too long for me. And, at this point, I'm just like, are you serious? Now, where did we leave off on the last? Because it's been a while. Like, from part 7 to this part, it's been a while for me. And this book has been sitting in my library, what is it, like a month now? And I was reading other books, trying to expand and read other authors. And I got back to this one because I'm like, I'm going to finish this out because I love Beloved. But this storyline, it's not one of my favorites, so I really didn't get too into it. You know what I mean? Okay, so Remi and Savant, they were the two that went to jail, for protecting Hassan. Well, Savant was protecting Hassan and Remi was protecting Savant. So it's just like how for every Black family member, there's a Mayhem family member and they're like best friends. So what is it? Assad and Ramik are best friends, Savant and Remi are best friends, and Hassan and Rock are best friends. I think I said that right. So yeah, it's like the three brothers for three brothers. Um, but Remi used to be married. He's just like recently got out of jail. They're starting their lives over, building their businesses, getting back into the mafia. And what was the last? I believe in the last, like we were introduced to him and his ex-wife. It was like the anniversary of their divorce, and she came to his house wrecking shit. Like she had a baseball bat and she fucked his place up. She even shitted on his carpet and like left it somewhere where he would have had to find it. So it's just like, it's safe to say that they are never getting back together. Their relationship is over. He's done with her, or so you would think. And so, he's moving on with his life, or any girl that he tries to interact with. Genesis is right there, to mess it up, run the woman off, because it's basically like, if I can't have you, no one can. And I don't understand how she got the free range, but it's obvious that he still has feelings for her. But I'm like so frustrated, because I know these things do happen in real life, because I know people like this that drag out relationships, always fighting, but somehow you always see them together. They love each other and it just works for them. But it's so, like, even being on the outside, that shit is exhausting. And so, but then we also are introduced to Black, who is a child that nobody knew about. Like, they knew about the two other children out there that, moved away. We don't hear nothing about them. We don't know nothing about them. But Black is a completely different person. And it's like, she was kept hidden because her mom didn't tell her anything about her father. She wouldn't give her any type of information. And it wasn't until Colton died that she received a letter and like a bag of money, which was a lot of money. And so she comes to town and introduces herself at the funeral, but she did it in a way where it was kind of off putting to everybody. And of course, all the Black kids, they've grown up together. They know each other. They trust each other. You're this outsider. They don't know you. They really don't want to get to know you. So what Black does is she goes to Remi and like basically introduces herself and gives him this story of, all I wanted was to have a family and to know my father, and now I don't get to know him, so I want to know my siblings. And it creates a soft spot in him for her, because he sees, this little lost girl. So he tells her what to do to, get closer to them. And he lets her come work in his bar, because she said she used to be a bartender back in college. So it'll be nothing for her to work her way in, that way. And so Remy even brings her to like one of their family gatherings and tells them, she just wants to get to know you guys. She's your sister. But it's the way he's talking about her that has the family looking at her like, nigga, you feeling her? And he's like, she cool. It ain't nothing there. Like, ain't nothing serious. Like, I literally just met her and she fine or whatever. But it is what it is. And once again, we're back to this thing of, even though we don't know her like that, that's still our sister. So you can't get involved. Like, it can't go nowhere. And so he's like, man, it ain't even nothing like that. And plus, you know how it is with Genesis. And nobody likes her from what it seems like. Or the older brother, Ramik, who is the DA, and which I never get, because I'm like, he can't be seen with them too often, but it's just like, it's a known fact that they're related. But he's like, she not even allowed at my house. And I told you that, like, I don't fuck with her like that. The mama feel a way about her. It's just like, she's drama and I'm not with that, which I find funny. But that's what Remy likes, though. Remy likes the drama. He feels like a woman, particularly Genesis, like, she's not in love. No, I take that back. Because even when he tries to date other women, he just feels like they're not into him if they're not causing the type of drama that she is. Like, she not pulling up on him, not checking him, not trying to fight him or any other women around him. He feel like they just don't like him like that, which I need you to get some help for that. Because it's like, but that's their relationship, though. They've done it for so long. That's his idea of love. And I'm gonna let him have it because, like I said, there's so many other people who feel the exact same way. Not every relationship is romance and like the fairy tale, quote unquote, type of love. So I'm not gonna shit on it too much, no pun intended. And so, but while he's still carrying these feelings for Genesis, him and Black, like they start talking, they have sex one time, and like but they be flirting and people see it or whatever. So one day she comes into work and is like greeted by another one of either the bartenders, or she's like a waitress there. And she's like, I know I've been kind of standoffish, which is another thing. If Remi was really trying to break all ties from Genesis, he would have fired two of the girls that worked. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. And I know it's like they catching the stray, but with the two girls that work there being Genesis friends, they run back and tell her everything that happens inside of the business. So, and with him knowing that, I'm like, y'all would be fired and y'all would be banned from coming inside my business because y'all are bringing known drama to my life, and I don't have to have that. Um, but one of the girls, she tell Black, I've been kind of hard on you, so let's have a drink before your shift starts and get to know each other better. And so Black is looking at her like, okay, cool, that'll be nice, whatever. So they go to have the drink, and when she takes a sip of the drink, she immediately starts coughing because she can't believe what's in it. It's piss. And I was like, what is up with this couple in bodily functions? Like, first she shits on this man's floor, and then she sends her friends to piss in this girl's drink or put pee in her drink and serve it to her. And the girl, like, after she start coughing, is like, this is a message from Genesis, stay away from her man. And she throws the drink in her face. And I'm like, this is some bullshit if I've, never heard it before. And so they get the fighting in there, and Black handles her own. She started whooping her ass, and then the other friend, try to pull on her hair and jump in the fight, and she turn around and give it to her while the other girl is still recovering from having her face slammed down onto the bar like 3 times. And then like it's a guy worker, he comes and grabs her, and then the manager tells her, you're fired. And she's like, you can't fire me. uh Wait till I tell Remi about this, and you saw what they did to me. And so the guy pulls her outside and is like, calm down, just calm down. you know um I saw I saw everything that went on, and you not fired. Remi not gonna let you be fired. And she kind of turned some of that animosity towards him, like, did you know about this? And he's like, I ain't no way I would let that happen to you. Like, I'm not with that foul shit. You see, I let the fight go on a little longer because I wanted you to beat their ass because they messy. And so he's like, I'm gonna call Remi, tell Remi what happened. You just go home. And instead of her going home, she sits in the parking lot and calls him herself. And I'm like, why wouldn't you go home? Because if she, I don't know if it was the drink she was drinking or like the other drink that she had. So it's possible that you got piss thrown on you and you drunk it. Why would you not want to go home and take a shower and like scrub your mouth for at least a good 30 minutes? Like, I would just feel so disgusting. I'm like, there's no way that I can be around anybody right now. But she's just sitting in the shit and calls him on the phone. And of course, he rushes over and looks over her, then pulls her out the car and pulls her back into the bar to settle it. And it's like, did you tell her she was fired? And she was like, yes, but she caused the commotion. And it's like, she didn't cause the commotion. I said, see. But he tells her, you should have gotten her side of the story and assessed the situation from all sides instead of just, trying to throw your weight around. And the girl is like, you're right. I'm sorry. And that's the end of that for her, I guess. But he does fire the other two. And then, she's like, I thought you weren't involved with anybody. Like, do you got a girlfriend? Are you married? I ain't even think to ask you nothing like that, because otherwise, why are they coming at me like this? And why are they sending messages from another bitch? And he's like, I was married. She's my wife and she's the reason why I don't get involved with anybody, because stuff like this happens. And Black is like, okay, I need a night. And he's like, I understand if you want to call it off, it is what it is. And he started pulling back from her and she's like, I'm not saying it's over with. And I'm like, why not? First of all, y'all both agreed that it was like a friends with benefits type of thing. There's no strings attached. It's just like, and if you're not even involved with this nigga, you can't even call him yours, and you going through shit like this, why would you not break it off with him? But she's like, you know what? I just need a night. Let that be that. But in this thing of him chilling with her and trying to get to know her, he's still going back to Genesis, and they do this flirting shit where she posting thirst traps online, and he'll call her or even write on her social media like, take that down. And he claims that he don't want to know because people still send him stuff, the stuff that she do, stuff she say, all that type of shit. And he like, I'm done with her. I don't understand why they keep telling me about it. And Rock tells him, he's like, nigga, you know exactly why, because she's still yours. Y'all still go together. Y'all playing right now. And so he goes to her house and she got on lingerie. Like, she's all done up just to sit in the house, but then act like she mad to see him. It's like, you did that just for him to come see you. So when he goes to see her, he's like, I need you to understand, she's a Black. You know what that means. Like, if you touch her or if you do anything to her, they're gonna kill you. And oh, I choked. This is what pissed me off the most, because he was like, and if they kill you, I'm gonna have to die beside you, because basically I'm not just gonna let them kill you like that. And so she's like, you would die for me, but you don't want to be with me. And he's like, no, because we're just not right for each other, all the shit he been saying. And their story, like original story, all in all, they were together. They were together for 17 years. They were married for 10, I believe. And then the last 7, he was in jail. So they weren't really together. And it's like, he told her, like, he tried to get a divorce or at least a separation. And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. But the separation came like after he got out of jail. Okay, I'm jambling it up. When he first went to jail, he told her, prison, because there's a difference between prison and jail. When he went to prison, he was like, get a divorce. You ain't got to stick beside me through this. And she's like, no, you're my husband and I love you and I'm going to see you through this. And when he did get out of prison, he didn't want to be tied to just one woman. So he asked for a separation. So I guess he could go fuck a bunch of different women. But my logic, but y'all was married before you went in. Were you cheating on her while you were out? Like, I don't get it. I'm like, what are you talking about? And come to find out, at one point they had a quote unquote open marriage where they were both seeing other people, but she didn't like it. So that created a problem in their marriage. And so I'm just like, so y'all was just on some bullshit from the beginning, because that literally makes no sense. Because the reason for the open marriage was to see if they only wanted to be with the other person. And I'm just like, y'all can't do that without involving other people. And then when you saw that she didn't like the fact that you were with other women, it's weird to me. I was just like, the relationship makes no sense, but it works for them, I guess. And so after he leave that night, they have quote unquote closure sex where they're done for good this time. they don't got new numbers. The other person don't have the number. They're not following each other on social media. Like they don't hang out at the same spot. Like none of that. And then he goes to Black the next morning and it's like, this is what happened. So now I'm chilling with you. But then like he takes her on a run with him where he's going to pick up some drugs. And now she's involved because she tells him like, I know about the mafia. You can tell me anything, and I won't tell nobody. And I was just like, bullshit number one, because no, I'm like, that's cool or whatever, but I'm not talking about this with you. And really, I don't know what the hell you talking about. So, don't bring it up again. But instead, he goes back to the family and tell them, like, I had to bring her with me. So she saw the drugs, but, she said she's willing to help. If you ever need anybody to pick up anything and move anything, like, I got it. And I'm not going to say nothing. And so everybody looking at him like, you trust her like that? You think we could bring her in? And he vouches for her. And so the same way they did Dejan, they brought her in. Like, the only way out is if you get married and start a family, which I don't understand because Assad is married and he has a family and he's still the head of it. Like everybody is married with a family and they're still in the mafia. So that option of, I'm like, it literally makes no sense because that's what they all doing and they all still here. But that's the thing. And so she's like, I'll try it out and I'll let y'all know if I'm really ready for it. And so that's also when she learns again, just like Dejan had to learn with Rock, you cannot be with somebody in the mafia. Like if you find somebody, it has to be outside. And so she looking at him like, you never told me that. And he was like, I told you anyway. It was never gonna be like that between us. So she feeling some type of way. And then, child. So in between all of that, right? Now we learn that Black is not who she says she is. Like that's not her real name. She got that name. Well, she did change her name, and she assumed somebody's identity. Um, she's a cop. She's an undercover cop, and she meets with her partner in broad daylight, which I'm trying to understand because they sitting on the bench trying to act like they don't know each other while they talking. And her backstory, she is their sister, but she was a cop before she learned all that. And she had already agreed to help take down their organization because she's been taking down other gangs and mafia family and all that other stuff. So she's just like, this is another organization that I'm going to take down. But of course, she gets inside, starts building these bonds with people. And so Genesis has a friend who sent her a recording. Whoever the friend was, she saw Black talking to this guy and thought like she was possibly cheating or playing around on Remi. I'm like, they not together, so you would be running back telling nothing because they don't have no ties to each other. But she somehow sits her phone down like on the trash can by the bench or whatever and records the whole conversation because she caught a little bit of it. And it's on the recording of Black admitting to being a police officer and being undercover and taking them down. And so he has to go because he tells Genesis, send all that to me and I'll take care of it. So he has to go back to the family and play it for them. And he's feeling messed up because he's like, I'm the one that brought her in. I'm the one that told y'all to trust her. And basically, like, I could possibly have just fucked up all of our shit. And so they're like, No, she had us all fooled thinking that she really wanted to be a part of the family. Um, but they look at him though, just like how it was with what is DeJohn's fiance? I forgot his name, but with his wife, he had to be the one to take her out because it's like, no, that's on me. Can't nobody do it but me. And so, DeJohn feeling an extra way because with her being the only girl, she's used to being spoiled. So at first, she wasn't even feeling Black because she like, who is this bitch coming in? And so she said she wanted to meet our father. Let's send her to him. And I said, I know that's fucking right, Dejan. Send that bitch on her merry fucking way to her maker. Um, and so he has do they meet? No, he takes her out like on a date. And he let her have her favorite meal since it's gonna be her last one. And she's talking and he's like, you got like 30 seconds to tell me the fucking truth and it's over for you anyway, but you could say your last words. And so she says the same thing on the tape, like, it was like that, but it's not like that anymore. And, I'm willing to do whatever to have you guys believe me that I'm on y'all side or whatever. And he putting a silencer on his gun, but he can't do it. Like, I'm like, what feelings do you have? You don't know her. Like, what is this? And so he can't do it, but the door opened and here comes Genesis walking through the door and she put 3 shots into her chest. Cause she like, you not gonna play my man like this. And they are rekindling their relationship, which I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm like, all the shit that she caused and all the drama that they go through, it's like, how are y'all doing this? It really disgusts me. I'm so sorry. It's a great book, like great writing by Beloved. Because, in my eyes, Beloved can do no wrong. So there's nothing wrong with her writing, the style of the book. It's just like this story in particular, I don't like it because this is some bullshit. Like, especially that you shit in my motherfucking house. You broke up all my shit in my house. Ain't no coming back from that. So disgusting. But like they're on this journey of rekindling. It's I'm for real this time. I want my wife back. It's us against the world. And the last little bit of drama that they have as the mafia, there it's the 2 cops that Black was working with. Like they killed their brother. Um, the mafia killed their brother. So they gunning for them super hard. So in the end, they're meeting up together because Savant and Addison are having a baby. Although they said they weren't in a rush to get married or have a baby, they're not having a baby. So they're excited about that. And all this time, Genesis has wanted to be a mother, but Remi really didn't want kids. So she did not have any, even when they broke up. And so, he's thinking about that. And they're about to have a little getaway soon. But that police officer comes in and it's like, now y'all done killed Black, y'all done killed my brother. I'm really gunning for y'all. I'm having people watch all y'all spots. Like, basically, I'm raining down on y'all head, so y'all might as well get ready. And this guy makes a mention of Scarlett to, what's his? I was gonna call him Assad, and it's like, I'm gonna go see her personally and tell her hi. And I heard that pussy was for sale back in the day, so I might get up on that. And as a man should, shout out to Will Smith, defends his wife and he snaps that nigga neck. It's like, you're not finna threaten me about my wife in my face and think you finna walk away from me. But they're in a bar full of people, so that's not good. And Ramik was there, and Ramik was like, I know you just didn't do that shit in my face. Like, my guy, I'm the DA. So they gotta round up all the people in the bar because they gotta find somebody to take the fall for this because it can't be one of them. So it's like, y'all need to find somebody that's willing, quote unquote willing to take the fall for this and go to jail. And then y'all need to get all the video cameras from inside this building and the surrounding buildings, so y'all are not seen to be the last person around this man. And y'all need to get the fuck out of town. Like, I got work to do. Damn. Like, we supposed to be here to have a drink. Now you just done fuck the shit up. And Assad don't do nothing but shrug. And as soon as that shrug, like as soon as the fucking shoulders would have came down, I'd be like, all right, you got it. You figure this shit out on your own. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And so that's how we ended going on. And the next story is Ramik's story. And I always wondered about that. I'm like, I kind of do want to learn more about him. And it's like, how does that work with you being in the mafia, but you're also the DA? Like, how do you juggle the two? And what woman is going to help you with that? So, yeah. It's a lot. It was really a lot. It's just like, and then when they did, I'm iffy like that. I swear I am. Because it's like when they did start reconnecting and they being nice to each other and these I love yous, I was so grossed out. I was like, what is this? I don't like this at all. And Genesis had a grandfather, had her grandfather who lived with her and she was taking care of him. So that was another thing that kind of like brought them closer together in some type of way. But I really didn't care. And Dejan was calling her sis, and I'm like, how is this your sis? I could have sworn. Well, no, I take that back. It really wasn't no discussion about them two talking or anything like that. But it's just like, you didn't hang out with her no other time. You only hung out with Scarlett, Vanna, and Addison. Like, them was your friends unless you was working, doing mafia business, or with your man. So how is this your sis? But anyway, and her and his mama got along. It's just like, the only time I talk to you crazy is when you wanted to act like you was crazy. Otherwise, I never had no problem with you. So I guess they getting they happily ever after with each other. And they belong together after all, like in the end. Cha, I guess. I'll see y'all next week. Peace and blessings, my beautiful people.